I have some good news, Jet fans. Sam Darnold is officially back at practice today. Of course, cannot get contact, and he's even hinted that his spleen from mononucleosis has still been swollen and has not been reduced in size. So it's very unlikely he will play in Week 5. But there's two things that are irking me about the New York Jets right now. Is how they're handling the Sam Darnold situation. First is the obvious one, which is Sam Darnold should not play this weekend. For many reasons. Number one, he's physically not clear to play, but you don't push him. Did anyone else see the Thursday night game? I don't know, the Eagles playing the Packers. Packers have a pretty good offensive line, right? Aaron Rodgers, pretty mobile. Did you see that defensive line dominate the Packers line? They pushed them around. Do you really think this Jets offensive line's going to do much better? I don't think so. And look, I get it. The Jets want to win. Darnold wants to win. Every Jet fan wants him to win. I get that. And you don't want to punt on this season. I get that. But here's the thing. It's better to lose a battle than lose the war. If Sam Darnold comes back and gets hurt again and possibly ends his career, because this could be a life-threatening injury, the Jets are going to look even more dysfunctional because they couldn't keep their young franchise quarterback healthy. And look, I understand that this is such a weird curveball that no one expected, and this is a weird disease that many football players don't get. I get it. It's not normal, and football is the game of being tough and going out there, but haven't we gotten enough examples now over the past decade of teams rushing quarterbacks back and it hasn't worked out for them? Let me just look back over the last 10 years. One draft stands out, Robert Griffin III and, of course, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck being the most recent, which is he's retired. But what happened after that lacerated kidney? He pushed back, the Colts pushed to get him back, and his career was cut short. If I was to be honest with Colts front office, would they have rather have him sit out another year and get 6 or 7 more years out of him, or have him retire? I think they'd probably take the latter. Look at Robert Griffin III. He looked great in his rookie year. It looked like Robert Griffin III was going to be the next big star in this league. Then he got injured at the end of the season, and instead of letting him recover, the Redskins pushed him into that playoff game against the Seahawks, where he got re-injured, and he was never the same quarterback again. Look, I get it. There's a sense that the Jets feel like they're falling behind because the Giants found Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones looks pretty good, even though the Giants turned over the ball 4 times last week, and I think people are forgetting that little factoid. But the Jets have to remember, Darnold's 22. And I get you wanted to see the development this year, but I'd also rather see him be the Jets quarterback for the next 10, 15 years potentially than being outed by an early injury because the Jets pushed him too hard. Look, I get it. You want to get that first win, but let's be honest. When I did my season preview, I said the first 7 weeks of the Jets season, they had to win the first 2 games if they wanted to make the playoffs against the Browns and the Bills, because this gauntlet against the Patriots, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Patriots again, I did not see them winning a game. Even with a fully healthy roster, even if everything went right, I did not see that happening. And everything so far is not clicking. C.J. Mosley's not going to likely play against Philadelphia. I doubt Sam Darnold's going to play. Look, just keep Sam Darnold healthy. If I was the Jets, I wouldn't let him come back to Week 8. Give him a decent chance to succeed this year. Have him play the last 9 games, play well, and let's see. If he clicks in Adam Gase's system, great. If he doesn't, you fire Adam Gase. It's that simple. But this is the other thing that's really bothering me about the Jets, is they have a good idea that Sam Darnold isn't going to play this week. Why aren't they more aggressive at getting another quarterback? I mean, did we not see Luke Falk against the Patriots? Did we not see Luke Falk in that Monday night game? He looks overwhelmed, and look, he's a good kid. He looks like he has some talent, but it's clear he's over his head. Why isn't this team trying to trade a late draft pick to get a Tyrod Taylor type, a decent backup, at least a guy who's played? And this was one thing that bothered me about the Jets offseason last year, while I'm on this little tangent, is I think they should have been more upfront trying to get Josh McCown back. I think they should have been more aggressive, because now you're looking at him in Philadelphia, not only because he's a great sideline mentor and would be great, I think, for Sam Darnold's development anyways this year, but if there, God forbid, like this happened, to me, Josh McCown could be a guy who could look to start for a couple games, and at least this offense would be competent. I mean, they can't even move the football right now. And I put a lot of that on Adam Gase. If you listen to me, if you've heard the previous episodes, you've heard me go off on Adam Gase. I don't think I need to beat that dead horse again. But to me, the Jets, why aren't they going out and trying to get another quarterback? Seriously, like, why aren't they trying to trade for a Tyrod Taylor? I think he would be a great fit. I don't think that you could get Ryan Tannehill from Tennessee because they don't trust Mariota. And I understand there's a lot of injuries around the league, but there's no veterans this team could sign. There's no one out there. They're just going to roll in with Luke Falk. Okay. We can't get anyone that's had a couple starting games experience. We can't call Washington with Case Keenum now. It looks like they're going to make the Dwayne Haskins. Can't take him off their hands. Seriously, like, this Jet front office, to me, it just feels like they're already telling you that they have already forfeited the season. They've already said, all right, well, there's no hope until Sam gets back. We might as well pack it in until he's back on the field. That's not a good attitude. That's not a good attitude. And I understand that this has been a problem in the NFL this year with the injuries, but could I see an effort to get another quarterback, even a tryout? I mean, come on. Luke Falk? Seriously, this is a team that they've lost their backup quarterback, Simeon, already, who at best I thought was a capable backup. They're on their third-string quarterback. If I was to go to the other 31 teams in the league and say, hey, are you comfortable starting your third-string quarterback from training camp? 31 teams would be like, no way. They'd be having tryouts. They'd be trying to get any other option in there. They would be trying to see if they could get a trade, if they could pick up someone off the wire. But no, the Jets are just sitting there like, we'll go with Luke Falk. Seriously? Like, even a late round draft pick, you couldn't swing one for a Tyrod Taylor type? You couldn't get a backup quarterback? Like, that's the thing that's driving me nuts is the Jets. I get that they're 0-3. I get the season isn't probably going anywhere. But could you show a little effort and give these guys an offensive chance? Why do you think Jamal Adams, when he's doing these interviews, sounds completely out of it, sounds depressed? It's because he knows the offense can't move the ball. He knows that they can't function. Give this team, give the veterans on this team, give them at least some hope. Give them at least someone competent in the huddle. I mean, look, I understand Luke Falk has the Adam Gase connection from before, but we've seen him now for 6 quarters, and it's clear he's in over his head. And I get he played a great defense in Foxborough. If that's the excuse you're going to say to me, okay, but he's also now going to face the Eagles defense, which gave Aaron Rodgers headaches, the Cowboys defense, which is really good. And, oh, by the way, they play that Patriot team again in a couple weeks. You're just going to basically concede these games without getting another quarterback? I mean, that's not right. Show some effort. Show that you actually care about this season, that you care about giving Robbie Anderson, Le'Veon Bell, these guys on the offense a chance. Give them a chance. I get that Sam Darnold's the quarterback when he gets back, but I'm not rushing him. And that's my biggest fear is the following. Adam Gase, because he's hearing it in the media, because he knows how it failed in Miami, he knows he's got to make Sam Darnold look good. And my biggest fear is he's going to rush him back onto that field, and then Darnold gets hurt again. And this is not just an injury where he's out for a couple weeks. He could potentially die from this injury. You need your spleen. I am not getting him out there until not only is he 100% cleared, but he's had a full workout. He hasn't been working out because of this. I mean, he's not in the right shape. I understand he might not have lost a lot of weight, but give him a full week of working out. Get him into his routine again. Make sure he is 100% 100% to go. Heck, 110% would be even better. Because if you rush him out and he gets hurt, this could seriously tank this franchise. Because I do think they finally got it right with the quarterback. And I get that this has been an incredibly unlucky situation that the Jets find themselves in. But they could make this so much worse if they don't handle this right. Get a veteran backup. I don't care if it's through a trade. I don't care if you scrounge through free agency. Just get someone that has some game experience. Someone that can at least be somewhat competent out there. That at least has been in a professional game for more than 6 quarters. Get me someone, please, anyone. And don't let Sam come back. I don't think you should have him come back till after the Patriot game. I'm being honest. And look, I get that you don't want to see this team start 0-6, but let me put it this way, Jet fans. Would you rather have this team start 0-6, have Darnold come back 100% and play well the last 9 games? What if this team goes 6-3 or 5-4 of the last 9, and Darnold looks really good, and you walk out of the season saying, hey, you know what? Wasn't a good season, but man, we have our quarterback. We have our guy. Or do you want to walk out of this season if Darnold, God forbid, gets hurt saying, well, we're back to square one again. We don't have a quarterback. Once again, you can lose the battle. Make sure you win the war and don't screw this up.